We watched A Beautiful Mind last night. It's a beautiful movie. You know, he hallucinates. He has those people in his world that others don't see. We call that special hallucination, but it actually is very perceptive in a way. He sees more than other people do, but it's still very fearful. It's still just the same as anyone else sees the figures in the dream. And he needs to learn to handle this, and he does. In the end, he doesn't buy into them. This, we could say, this is like, yeah, like this path into the real world where you don't buy into the dream figures anymore. It's important. Many times Jesus says you need to look at anger and at fear, because that's what causes these projections. How can God's Son awaken from the dream? It is a dream of judgment. So must he judge not, and he will waken. So a dream of judgment has come into the mind that God created perfect. This is the dream we need to wake up from. We desperately want to wake up from it because it didn't make us happy. It disappointed us since time began. And this is how the time began. It's the dream of judgment. All the figures in the dream are part of the dream. You made them up to save you from. So this sounds important, right? What is that fear so deep in the mind that has made up this idea of figures coming in to save us? We need to come back and look at that fear. There can be no salvation in the dream as you are dreaming it. Wow, what a strong message. There can be no salvation in the dream as you are dreaming it. For idols must be part of it to save you from what you believe you have accomplished and have done to make you sinful and put out the light within you. This is good to look at. This problem, this sin that is believed to be what we are, you know, when we make up persona, we have that guilt. Little child, the light is there. You do but dream, and idols are the toys you dream you play with. Who has need of toys but children? They pretend they rule the world and give their toys the power to move about and talk and think and feel and speak for them. Yet everything their toys appear to do is in the minds of those who play with them. But they are eager to forget that they made up the dream in which their toys are real, nor recognize their wishes are their own. This is a good analogy, because you know, children, when they play with toys or dolls, they do assign what they feel and what they think. And it is as if they believe they are real. And the children wouldn't recognize that the wishes that they play out are their own. A psychologist might say, well, we can watch the children play and say, yeah, they have these beliefs. And that's what they act out when they play with our toys. But that's exactly what we're doing, as long as we believe we're a human being. We can only do that. We cannot see anything outside of what we believe. Until we change our identity, or accept our true identity. So this is why we want to give over the dream. Nightmares are childish dreams. The toys have turned against the child who thought he made them real. Yet can a dream attack? Or can a toy grow large and dangerous and fierce and wild? This does the child believe because he fears his thoughts and gives them to the toys instead. So this is what happened. There was fear in the mind, and it was so fearful that it was given away to the toys, to the figures in the dream. And then they seem to come up against you. They seem to attack you. And it's forgotten that it was your own attack upon yourself that caused it. And their reality becomes his own. The toy's reality becomes his own because they seem to save him from his thoughts. Yet do they keep his thoughts alive and real, but seen outside himself, where they can turn against him for his treachery to them. Oh, wow, where they can turn against him for his treachery to them. For seeing them so bad, of course they will turn against him. He thinks he needs them, that he may escape his thoughts, because he thinks the thoughts are real. And so he makes of anything a toy, to make his world remain outside himself and play that he is but a part of it. Very interesting. Let's see when we did this last. Did it happen today?
How many times?
Yeah. There is a time when childhood should be past and gone forever. Seek not to retain the toys of children. Put them all away, for you have need of them no more. The dream of judgment is a children's game in which the child becomes the father, powerful, but with the little wisdom of a child. Again, this is very good to take note of. The dream of judgment is a children's game in which the child becomes the father, powerful, but with the little wisdom of a child. What hurts him is destroyed, what helps him blessed, except he judges this as does a child who does not know what hurts and what will heal. We seek then in the wrong place. And bad things seem to happen, and he is afraid of all the chaos in a world he thinks is governed by the laws he made. Yet is the real world unaffected by the world he thinks is real. Nor have its laws been changed because he does not understand. So of course, the real world, what is real, cannot be affected by fantasy, by dreams. The real world is still but a dream, except the figures have been changed. They are not seen as idols which betray. It is a dream in which no one is used to substitute for something else, nor interposed between the thoughts the mind conceives and what it sees. No one is used for something he is not, for childish things have all been put away. So this is what the mind training leads to not use figures in the dream. If we think we can use the figures in the dream to feel better, but in the real world, in the happy dream, this use of others has been laid aside, and the use of the Holy Spirit has taken its place. This constant connection to God or to Spirit, that's what we go for. And in the beginning, we flip, we stumble and fall, and we need to try again, and we may start to see patterns where we stumble more, situations or beliefs, that lead to situations where we need to pay attention. There is this other line I read recently, like, how willing are you to not let any dream be the cause of what you do? That's a strong question. How willing are you to not let any dream be the cause of what you do? Yeah, many years ago in the beginning, it was even before I started reading the course, this strong prayer came over me. I do not want to use any relationship anymore. I don't want to use a relationship for egoic purposes. I was actually in a workshop and we were called in to sit in a circle, in the middle of the circle, one at a time, and say the prayer of our heart. And this just came out of me. I do not want to use any relationship anymore. I hardly knew what I was saying because it felt like coming through with force. And I was like, wow, I did feel very connected to it. But it was like I gave over to spirit what my prayer was. And this prayer came to me. And then this journey began. And short after that, I found the course. Yeah, it took me so far away from my past life, from the way my life was. But it is a journey to undo this judgment that he talks about. It's not done overnight for most of us. It takes this mind training and this willingness and diligence and decision. It takes a decision. And part of it was to not follow the thoughts. Stop follow your thoughts was a message I received. Don't follow the train of thoughts. Like, don't analyze, don't judge, don't figure anything out. Drop the train of thoughts before it runs away with you. Hop off the train. That was a very helpful way to release judgment. But it takes this willingness to release beliefs, to see them first. All these beliefs that are underneath this, playing with toys. And we need mighty help for it, because we've been lost for a while, quite lost. And with the prayer of our heart, we do get the mighty help. And we can trust that. We can always pray for help. Help is always available. That's this beautiful, beautiful promise. When you really, truly ask, you do get answered. It's impossible it could be any other way, because your mind is so powerful and it aligns with the truth, with God. Of course, even metaphysically, you can see there couldn't be any other way. Couldn't be that you pray and pray and pray and don't get help. Some people experience that, and then it's important to see what is that belief then. If help is always there and available, what is the belief in the mind if you don't get answer and help? There must be a belief in separation, being cut off from God. And there can be many specific beliefs. Littleness is one belief in littleness. I'm little and unworthy. God would never hear me, or Holy Spirit wouldn't speak to me. These beliefs. I'm not loved. So many beliefs. Maybe we look at that for a moment. I am not loved. We all have experienced that one point. How does it feel? Hold on to that belief. Does it feel tight and tense? maybe in your heart. Maybe lonely, cut off, maybe lost. We can look at that belief, I am not loved. And we can hand it to Holy Spirit. We can question this. Say, hey, Holy Spirit, please show me that I am loved. Please let me experience how loved I am, so that I can open up to the truth, to you. Help me to experience that I am loved. You know, it does come with handing over the dream. So within the dream, it is impossible to be loved. You know, there can be a dream of being loved for a time and then it goes away. But we can release that dream of people, that fearful holding on. It's not necessary. The Spirit is so with us. Well, this morning I looked up a line in the Course and something that I felt to talk about today. It's this line. It makes you believe that He is like what you think you have become. It makes you believe that He is like what you think you have become. That you believe that God is the way that you think you have become. This was the line that was in my mind, and I thought of it, and I thought I will join with all of you about this today. And then I looked it up, and it was in lesson 68. And I thought we also normally want to read today's lesson in these sessions. I thought, oh, there are 2 lessons to read them. But no, the Holy Spirit orchestrated this so well that we're actually on lesson 68. That's the lesson we're on today. It's so sweet how Spirit orchestrates it. So we don't have to read 2 lessons today. Because He has told us that clearly. Do only 1 lesson a day. So here it is. Lesson 68, love holds no grievances. You who were created by love, like itself, can hold no grievances and know yourself. To hold a grievance is to forget who you are. To hold a grievance is to see yourself as a body. To hold a grievance is to let the ego rule your mind and to condemn the body to death. Perhaps you do not yet fully realize just what holding grievances does to your mind. It seems to split you off from your source and make you unlike Him. It makes you believe that he is like what you think you have become. For no one can conceive of his creator as unlike himself. Holding grievances make you believe that God is what you think you have become. And what is that? Sometimes it's not a very nice thing. Shut off from yourself, which remain aware of its likeness to its creator, yourself seems to sleep, while a part of your mind that weaves illusions in its sleep appears to be awake. Can all this arise from holding grievances? Oh, yes. For he who holds grievances denies he was created by love, and his creator has become fearful to him in his dream of hate. Who can dream of hatred and not fear God? He who holds grievances denies that he was created by love, and his creator has become fearful to him in his dream of hate. So that denial, I want to look at, deny the denial of truth. If you deny you were created by love, you will hold grievances and you will think God is cruel. That's basically what this says. So to come back to, I was created by love. This is the invitation. It is as sure as those who hold grievances will redefine God in their own image, as it is certain that God created them like himself and defined them as part of him. So let go of grievances. This is it. This is the message. It is as sure as those who hold grievances will suffer guilt, as it is certain that those who forgive will find peace. It is as sure that those who hold grievances will forget who they are, as it is certain that those who forgive will remember. It's very clear. It's very, very easy in a way. Or we can say it's simple but not easy. That's what they say. Would you not be willing to relinquish your grievances if you believed all this were so? Perhaps you do not think you can let your grievances go. That, however, is simply a matter of motivation. Motivation. Today, we will try to find out how you would feel without them, without your grievances. If you succeed even by ever so little, there will never be a problem in motivation ever again. Beautiful. So we'll try today to let go of grievances. And if you succeed even a little bit, you will not have a problem with motivation because you will see that this works. This is the only way that it works. Begin today's extended practice period by searching your mind for those against whom you hold what you regard as major grievances. Search your mind for those against whom you hold major grievances. Some of these will be quite easy to find. If you find some people that you hold major grievances against, maybe some people from your past or from your present experience, then think of the seemingly minor grievances you hold against those you like and even think you love. See if you can find the seemingly minor grievances, the smaller grievances against the people you think you like. It will quickly become apparent that there is no one against whom you do not cherish grievances of some sort. This has left you alone in all the universe, in your perception of yourself. So actually, you could say that bodies are grievances. They are walking and talking grievances that are projected out, even the ones that you like. And this has left you alone in the universe, in your perception of yourself. Determine now to see all these people as friends. Say to them all, thinking of each one in turn as you do so, I would see you as my friend, that I may remember you are part of me and come to know myself. I would see you as my friend, that I may remember you are part of me and come to know myself. Think of each one, the ones you have major grievances against, and the ones you have minor grievances against. Spend the remainder of the practice period trying to think of yourself as completely at peace with everyone and everything, safe in a world that protects you and loves you, and that you love in return. Try to feel safety surrounding you, hovering over you and holding you up. Try to believe, however briefly, that nothing can harm you in any way. Try to believe that nothing can harm you in any way. At the end of the practice period, tell yourself, love holds no grievances. When I let all my grievances go, I will know I am perfectly safe. The short practice periods should include a quick application of today's idea in this form whenever any thought of grievance arises against anyone, physically present or not. This is what to do. Love holds no grievances. Let me not betray myself. In addition, repeat the idea several times an hour in this form. Love holds no grievances. I would wake to myself by laying all my grievances aside and awakening in him. Well, this is a strong practice. Several times an hour. So helpful. This is how we change our mind. Love holds no grievances. Thank you for doing this with me, with us. And you have a reading too is probably going to go really well with this.
Yeah. Section from early in the text where Jesus asks, do you really believe you can make a voice that can drown out God's? Do you really believe you can devise a thought system that can separate you from Him? Do you really believe you can plan for your safety and joy better than He can? You need be neither careful nor careless. You need merely cast your cares upon Him, because He careth for you. You are His care, because He loves you. I just love that line. You need merely cast your cares upon Him, because He careth for you.
Cast your grievances on him. Let go of them. Yeah, we've shared a bit about what a journey it's been for us to arrive where we are now. Journey of trust. And it continues. We continue to have to trust. And cast our cares upon him. To receive his care. We all have to do that. We all need to do that to understand what sustains us. I am sustained by the love of God, not by anything of this world. They're just around in Bali and living on trust, not knowing maybe so much what's going to happen. Sam and Lauren too, just trusting what is the next step, what's going to happen. When we got together, we were first in Ireland and received guidance to go to Spain and through France, and we didn't know for how long we're going to be in France, but we lived in France for 3 months. Yeah, for 3 months first, and then we were guided on to Spain. But it was this, day by day trust. Okay, what's going to happen? I have no idea. Okay, where in Spain are we going to live? Okay, there were some signs about Barcelona. We're like, okay, we're going to live in Barcelona. No, we did live in Barcelona for a while, for some months, and then we were guided. We were told go more south, and so we drove south to a town called Javia. It's in the Alicante area. We drove to some different towns and looked at different places, and we were like, it feels random. We have no idea what the guidance is. Until the guidance was clear, until the Holy Spirit showed us, this is the house, and you're going to rent this house. This house. And we didn't even go inside the house. We said, yeah, this is the house. We're going to say yes to taking on the rent. So that was beautiful, this trust we have. That happens every day, all the time. Like we needed to buy some new appliances, and
Yes. So did we.
Yeah. And we were just told what to get. We don't need to search, and it's very, very smooth when we live that way in trust.
Mhm.
So we lived there in Javia for a year, and we were like, okay, what is next? I go further south, go to the Malaga area, which felt very right, and it had been actually in my vision for many years, this area. But then it was still many, many, many steps in trust. So even when it seems like you don't know what's going to happen, you don't see the next step, to have trust, like he says, have trust even in bewilderment, even when it doesn't look clear. In fact, that's when you need more trust than ever, when it looks uncertain.
And now we have steps down to South Africa.
Yeah.
It's the next guidance. Trust has led us there.
But it feels more and more ethereal, like it's not really about moving about in the world. It's just constantly about a state of mind. Okay. Well, it's been beautiful to be here with you and go into these things. And yeah, this idea of laying aside a judgment, laying aside children's toys, that's our calling. Maybe you want to.
I just want to share some announcements that, we're having a retreat starting here on Tuesday. So satsangs will be on pause. The next one will be Wednesday, a week and a half from now. Let's see, that's Wednesday. Wednesday the 19th will be our next satsang. So, and then we'll just be continuing from then. So we'll be sending out a reminder about this to our newsletter, but just so everyone knows, there'll be a break here for a bit.
Okay. Thank you for coming today,
Yeah,
everyone. Love you.
yeah.